Well, now on to the first crew final, the men's lightweight coxless 4. Closest to camera will be Holland, bronze medalists last year. Then the Australians, who also managed to get on the final, but here's the Dutch crew. Mark Emke at stroke. Just behind him, Han de Regt. Then Frank Gorizzi and Pim Larkin. Now that crew, exactly the same this year as for last year. So looking to get a couple of medals better if they can. Green and gold of Australia. Australia who finished 4th. And the stern pair, John Keogh at stroke there, and his partner David Belcher also in last year's final.
2 minutes.
Lane number 3, the Italians. Fastest qualifiers in the semi-finals, and a new combination this year. Italians got into the final last year with a different crew, finished in 6th place. And now another new combination that's got into the final, the Great Britain quartet. Toby Hessian at stroke, then Thomas Kay, Carl Smith and Christopher Bates, all very experienced oarsmen in their own right. In lane number 5, the Spanish quartet. New combination for this season, and look for them to finish fast. Another characteristic of Spanish crews, that they do come with a fine finishing burst, providing, of course, they don't leave themselves too much to do. Completing the lineup out in the 6th lane, the United States, with Jim Pierce stroking the crew, and he's the only surviving member in this particular discipline from last year's competition.
United
3 men
States,
sitting behind him,
you are too late.
all new to this
I
final.
have a warning.
And the United States getting the
Australia ready.
corrective tongue there of Karl-Heinz
Ready.
Becker.
Great Britain ready. Spain ready. United States ready. Are you ready? Go!
Always a very, very tough event, this. Very closely fought. The Italians very strong in this event. The British also strong in this event. Who in the British crew? Carl Smith, who won a gold medal in the double sculls in 1986. And in the bow of the Spanish crew, Fernando Clement, who started his career with a silver medal in 1977, stroking the Spanish lightweight 8. And he's also won silver medals at the Olympics, heavyweight division in the pair. He's one of the best competitors in lightweights ever. But it's the Italians who've gone right out in front in lane 3, and they've got 3/4 of a length now on Holland on this side.
Looking at the blades of the United States crew, Mark Emke setting the rhythm, and the United States, of course, yet to get a medal in these championships, but early days.
A lot of dark glasses around there. All the strokes seem to be wearing dark glasses.
At the moment it's the Italians, and it's Alberto Striani, and that's very much his race plan. Go out, command the field, sit there and respond to anything that comes at him, and says, catch me if you can. Well, they've really gone out strongly now, and the Dutch are perhaps their nearest challengers at the moment.
Very little in it, actually, in the other 5 crews. They're all very, very much of a muchness as they come up to the 500-metre mark. If anything, the British seem to be just edging there, and the Spaniards just edging out of the pack to chase the Italians. But the Italians gone off very well, and they're always hard to catch. There's Holland, blades quite high off the water, but well together.
Position after 500 metres, Italy in command, but as you can see, pretty well everybody in a line just behind. Early days, and here are the Spaniards.
Very experienced crew here. You've got Jose De Marco in the 3-seat, very powerful oarsman, very experienced, and Clement, as I was saying, in the bow, one of the best competitors at this level in the world. Multi-medalist, and he's guiding this crew. Falling back the Australians, the Dutch beginning to fade a little bit there as well, but it looks as if the Spaniards are after Italy, but Italy well clear. They look uncatchable. They've over a length there clear. Spain about a canvas up on the British, and there's the British. At stroke, Toby Hessian, an extremely effective oarsman. Tom Kay, bronze medalist from last year's British 8. Gold medalist Carl Smith at 2, and bow Chris Bates, a silver medalist in '83 and medalist since then. Again, a crew with great talent, and light tailwind that they have now will benefit them enormously. They're holding on. It's Spain and Britain chasing Italy now, and the British beginning to move rather well now. They're beginning to push past the Spaniards as they come up to the 1,000.
Quite clearly, they can't let the Italians get any further ahead. Italy ahead of Spain and Great Britain. The Dutch aren't that far away, but the United States out in lane 6 have got a lot of work to do. Well, here are the Italians. That's Alfredo Striani stroking the crew.
The man behind him was in the 8 last year, Melomo, gold medalist. He's used to winning gold medals, and the way they're moving there now, it looks as if it's another one coming his way. They look unassailable there. Very cool, very calm, nice long strokes. Good hard catches there, well connected. The Italians always very, very disciplined, especially at lightweight level. And look at that. A length and a quarter, but the British moving well, not letting them get completely clear. British are beginning to chase them, and the Italians still look strong, still look long and well together, very cohesive. But the British just trying to catch that little bit of open water. If they can only get an overlap, they might be in there with a chance. But they are moving very well and very fluently. All these men from Nottingham, very distinctive style. There's Australia now. Australia quite a way out of the race now. 4th last year. They look very much as they're sitting now in the 4th place, as if that'll be repeated again this year.
Coming back to the leaders now, and the British have closed a little bit, and the Spanish are keeping an overlap on the British, and that's the order at the moment. Italy in command, Great Britain now moving nicely, still trying to close that gap, and they're getting very close to that overlap that you talked about, Dan. And then the Spanish now just getting dropped a little bit there. The Australians in 4th place ahead of the Dutch, and on the far side the United States finding it awfully hard. Well, here are the Dutch, last year's bronze medalists, so they're going to have to find something in the last quarter of this race if they're to get amongst the medals again.
These tailwind conditions have been catching a lot of crews out. They've had headwind all week, and suddenly it's gone tailwind, and a lot of crews have been caught out. Some have found out what's going on, and the British crew look as if very much they're one of the crews who have discovered the secret, because they're moving very fast now on the Italians. They're winding it up. 43 strokes a minute. They've gone up to 43. The Spaniards pushing as well. The Italians beginning to struggle. Heads beginning to roll, and the British have gone past the Italians. In the last 200 metres, the British push past the Italians falling apart. And indeed it is the British. They've got half a length. They're clear, half a length over the Italians. Spain in 3rd, and it's Australia picking up 4th place, with Holland coming in 5th, and the United States coming in last and 6th on the far side.
Well, a terrific effort there by the Italians, but the last 500 metres found out by a British quartet totally and utterly overjoyed. Carl Smith, a gold medal he really relished there, and you could just see just under half a length the advantage there, but decisive nonetheless. The Spanish, who really held it together well for that bronze medal, and the Australians really couldn't find any more. Low angle camera giving you a good guide to the margin of victory there. Hands in the air from all the British boys. Good effort by them. Britain's first gold medal of these championships. And there is the quartet at stroke there. Toby Hessian, then Thomas Kay, Carl Smith and Christopher Bates in the bow. Nicely together. A terrific power over that final quarter to wrest the spoils here on the New Danube. And a fast time also, inside 6 minutes, 5:57.60, a second clear of the Italians, Spain in 3rd, and Australia ahead of Holland and the United States in this final. Smiling and very proud faces here from the British quartet.
2 juniors there, Tom Kay and Toby Hessian. They were teammates before, and they will continue to be teammates up in Nottingham.
Spanish on the far side, the Italians who tried to make it all the way closest to camera in their blue strip.
Good game.